My salutations to Shri Sadguru Yogi Nareyana Thathayaa. Satcharitra of Shri Sadguru Yogi Nareyana Thathayaa of Kaiwara. Chapter 1, The Glory of Kaiwara Kshetra. The Parabrahman is the Supreme Spirit that is both obvious and non-apparent at the same time. It is identified by several divine names and forms in accordance with discrete religious ideology. It is the one who is in charge of the conduct of the eternal cosmos, and of the cycle of creation, preservation, and extinction, who restores discipline when there is a breach of virtue, that is Dharma, whose invisible agency becomes evident in time of each apocalypse, who is inherent in all the elements of nature, earth, water, fire, wind, and void, whose presence is manifest as the consciousness in all forms of life, who permeates all the 10 directions, the 7 oceans, the day-night cycle and the planetary system, who is represented in the miscellany of divine forms and in whom everything terminates at length. That sublime spirit, that ultimate truth, and that transcendental entity is known more significantly as God Almighty. He is difficult to realize for anyone other than ardent devotees, devout sages, and self-denying ascetics. He is the ultimate rescuer of those in distress. That is the first-hand experience and confirmation by all great sages and liberated souls. Any philanthropic involvement, example give charity, provision of amenities like ponds and reservoirs, construction of divine shrines, or devotional rituals, example sacrificial observances, worship of Ashtalakshmi, may at best promise a place in heaven, but it cannot ensure the ultimate liberation of the soul from the cycle of birth and death. Just as to the rivers that finally lose their individuality in the great ocean, the blessed individual souls merge their identity with the Supreme Soul. Some are able to attain that level through the protracted process of bhajans, lyrical glorification, and focused meditation on the Almighty during the last breath, whereas a few others attain it almost instantly like an arrow shot from the bow, through the swift transition of focus from the Muladhara chakra to the Sahasrara chakra. This latter category of luminaries is a rarity. And to that category belongs the ennobled Shri Sadguru Yogi Nareyana Thathayaa. He was the renowned guide that dispelled the darkness of ignorance with spiritual enlightenment, the great seer that could edit the destiny ordained by Lord Brahma, the Varakavi that is a blessed poet that extolled the supreme Sri Amara Narayana in preference to the mortal kings, the ascetic that epitomized the fusion of that individual soul with the Supreme Soul, the wayfaring savant with deep spiritual insight, the purposive presence that authored the powerful chant, Narayana, as the sequence of Bija-akshara, the supernatural power that rescued the life forms from starvation by invoking rains with the intervention of the 8 divine guardians, the egalitarian that championed the cause of social equality and dispelled the disparities in terms of nationality, caste, and religion, the visionary endowed with the intuitive prescience appointed by the Almighty to bring out the divine work like the Kalajnana, and, finally, the great mystic that used his supernatural powers for the well-being of the society at large. No wonder, he commanded the reverence of the highest order in the society at the time, and was referred to with the endearment of Thathayaa, meaning the beloved grandfather. He has been immortalized in the shrine of Sri Kaiwara Kshetra. Kaiwara is a town situated in Chikkabalapura district and is about 80 kilometers from Bangalore city, Karnataka, India. A historic town in the Kolar district was known as Kaiwara Nadu. This town existed right from the Satyayuga and has been a holy city and a pilgrim center since then. In Dwaparayuga this town was called as Ekachakrapura, and it is here that one of the Pandava brothers Sri Bhima slew the demon named Bakasura. There is a Shiva temple nearby Sri Kaiwara Thathayaa matta, and it's called Sri Bhima Lingeswara temple. The Pandava brothers installed 5 Shiva lingas, Dharma Lingeshwara, Partha Lingeshwara or Arjuna Lingeshwara, Bhima Lingeshwara, Nakula Lingeshwara and Sahadeva Lingeshwara. Hence Kaiwara become famous as Panchalinga Kshetra. This the end of chapter 1. Please listen chapter 2.